Back in the day, being a center meant dominance. You were the king of the paint, the anchor of the defense, and the automatic double team on offense. Shaq, Hakeem, David Robinson, they were franchise pillars. But in today's NBA, if you're not hitting threes, defending guards, and setting perfect screens, you're glued to the bench. Centers now live in a world that wasn't built for them. They've gone from being the centerpiece of every team to being blamed for not adapting fast enough. It's a league that's left many of them behind. And the harsh truth is, most fans don't even notice it. In this video, we're going deep into why it sucks to be a center in today's NBA. From strategy shifts, career-killing expectations, and even psychological impact. There was a time when you could dominate a game without ever taking a jump shot. But in today's NBA, if you can't shoot, you're a liability. Centers are now expected to stretch the floor, not just to mid-range, but all the way out to the three-point line. The shift began slowly with guys like Chris Bosh and Pau Gasol stepping out for jumpers. Then came Brook Lopez, who went from a post-up big to a high-volume sniper from deep. And now we have unicorns like Nikola Jokic, who isn't just a shooter. He's one of the best passers in the entire league. This new mold of big man has forced every other center to change or die. If you're not versatile, mobile, and offensively skilled, you're a dinosaur in sneakers. And for a lot of bigs, that evolution came too late. Traditional bigs were once prized for their brute strength and rebounding. But now, that's barely enough to get on the floor. Andre Drummond is a perfect example. He led the league in rebounding 4 times and had all-star nods. But when the game changed, his stock plummeted. Why? Because he couldn't stretch the floor, defend pick and rolls, or hit free throws. Even DeAndre Jordan, once considered an elite rim protector, became nearly unplayable in crunch time. Their games were built for a different era, and the league didn't wait for them to catch up. It's not that they got worse. The game just changed the rules. Let's look at DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins was a dominant force, 25 and 12 on any given night. But after injuries, he couldn't move the same, and the league had no patience. His skill set didn't fit the new pace and space world. Teams stopped calling, and suddenly, a 4-time All-Star was jobless. Howard's body broke down, and so did his offensive relevance. Once Superman, he became the backup, then the journeyman, then the guy playing in Taiwan. He still had something to offer, but not what teams wanted. A floor spacer, a switch defender, a shooter. Jahlil Okafor. He was the 3rd overall pick, an elite post scorer. But his style was 10 years too late. The league had no room for a slow, ground-bound big who couldn't defend in space. Within 4 years, he was barely clinging to a roster. These are just a few examples of bigs that got the short end of the stick when it comes to the new NBA. Imagine being told your entire career that if you worked hard, rebounded, played in the paint, you'd make it. Now imagine you do all that, and then the league changes overnight. Centers face a psychological grind. They're asked to do the dirty work, screens, boxing out, rotating defensively, and get none of the glory. Then they're blamed when things go wrong. When a guard gets blown by, it's the center's fault for not rotating. When spacing is tight, it's the center's fault for not shooting threes. This kind of scapegoating can crush confidence. That's why so many bigs fall off mentally before they even physically decline. Positionless basketball was supposed to celebrate versatility, but for centers, it just meant erasure. Teams started playing 6 feet 8 inches wings at center. The Warriors did it with Draymond. The Rockets went all in and played 6 feet 5 inches PJ Tucker at the 5. The message was clear: we don't need you. Now, a guy like Jarrett Allen, elite rim protector, great lob finisher, has to compete with smaller, quicker players who can pass and shoot. Even Bam Adebayo, one of the best modern centers, hears critiques about not spacing the floor. The bar keeps moving, and centers keep losing ground. Not all centers got left behind. Some evolved. Brook Lopez reinvented himself into a 3-point shooter and elite drop defender. Miles Turner started blocking shots and shooting threes. Nikola Jokic broke every mold. He's a point center with a soft touch and a basketball IQ off the charts. Joel Embiid added a mid-range game, a 3-point shot, and even handles. But these are exceptions, and they're usually the most naturally gifted players on the floor. If you're not built like Jokic or Embiid, adapting is incredibly hard, and most bigs aren't given the time or space to evolve. One of the most painful realities for centers today is how little they get paid, and how fast they get discarded. Look at how many good centers are unsigned each offseason. Guys who can still contribute get minimum deals or worse. Just last year, Bismack Biyombo, a strong rotational big, sat unsigned for months. It's become a buyer's market. Centers are treated like replaceable parts, not investments. Even young bigs on rookie deals struggle to get extended unless they're stars. Teams would rather develop a 6-foot 9-inch wing who can shoot than invest in a traditional 7-footer. Advanced analytics have become a double-edged sword for centers. Numbers don't always favor their value. Traditional stats like points, rebounds, and blocks don't carry the same weight in today's game. Metrics like offensive rating, spacing gravity, and effective field goal percentage often favor guards and wings. A center could dominate the paint, but if he can't defend on the perimeter or space the floor, analytics say he's a net negative. That perception alone can tank a player's reputation and career. Centers are huge, athletic, and constantly in the most physical areas of the court. That alone increases their injury risk. But now, they're being asked to do more physically than ever before. Hedge screens. Recover to the rim. Switch onto Steph Curry. Sprint back in transition. That kind of workload has a price. Just ask guys like Anthony Davis, Kristaps Porzingis, or Robert Williams. Injuries don't just end seasons. They stall development, kill momentum, and destroy reputations. For big men, one injury can be the end of everything. Centers get a short leash in the eyes of the media. If they struggle to guard the perimeter, they're too slow. If they can't shoot, they're outdated. If they try to expand their game, they're doing too much. Fans often echo these critiques, forgetting that these guys are 7 feet tall and doing their best to survive in a guard's world. Expectations are sky high, but appreciation is at an all-time low. So yeah, being a center in today's NBA, it kinda sucks. You're expected to do everything, like switch, space, pass, block, and score, but you're rarely rewarded for it. The game has evolved, and while some bigs have kept up, many were left in the dust. That doesn't mean the position is dead. It means it's in flux. The question isn't whether centers are obsolete, it's whether the league will ever value them properly again. Because right now, center life sucks.